Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode inside of my feedback series. If you missed any of the previous episodes, there'll be an eye in the sky that will guide you to the playlist. But without further ado, let's get into today's episode. GTA Online is a lot of content, and some might argue that there's too much content. I've done a video on this before, so I don't want to get into it too much, but what I do want to get into is how Rockstar neglects their previous DLCs and also game modes to a certain extent. When GTA Online started out, it was all pretty basic stuff. Some cars, some clothes, some quality of life improvements. However, stuff started to change around the time the heist and the free mode updates came out. DLCs became bigger, which was great, but with every new DLC, the previous stuff was forgotten about. Let's take the free mode missions for example. Wouldn't it be cool to be able to trigger them in free mode and have people join them if they wanted to? Kind of like Red Dead Online, but better. There's a lot of them and you don't really get to play them because they're random and dynamic. I feel the business battles after the After Hours DLC was a great expansion on the existing free mode events idea, but having the old free mode events mixed in there can be a little bit frustrating. Especially when the first update was first released, the free mode events would always get away into those business battles that everyone really wanted to play. If free mode events were to get their own playlist or have a way to trigger them, we will be able to enjoy them more often because in my opinion they're great fun. Luckily in the same update, Rockstar did make an effort of having your existing businesses have even more value. It was great to see all the existing businesses coming together so that stuff that you might not have used for years were actually finally able to be used again, even if you did shut them down. CEO offices are another great example of a job well done. They got a couple of more DLCs and uses added to them as DLCs kept coming, like for example with import and export. And obviously Rockstar does add double cash opportunities to a variety of stuff to keep them relevant. Another example is Benny's. There was a bunch of vehicles added after it came out and well, some more questionable than others, but overall the concept was great because it gave existing vehicles a new life. But after a little while it just stopped. Benny's was left for dead and all the potential that it has was just left for what it is. Wouldn't it be great to have some more opportunities added to Benny's, even if they had spread it out with the vehicles they already added to later DLCs, like for example the Banshee 900R releasing in 2018 instead of in 2016 when it did release. It would have meant that Benny still would got some love from time to time, and I fear that Arena War is going to face the same fate even though the customization of that is also very vast. Another example is the Smuggler's Run hangar. Where are the new planes and helicopters? Why can't we upgrade the Hydra? Why can't we have countermeasures on the Buzzard? What about the Terabyte? Why can't we buy supplies from it? Starting a source mission is a great idea, but why not allow us to buy supplies from it? From a money point of view, you will have people earn less money and more reason to buy a Terabyte. It's a win-win for all. The unfortunate truth though is that it's highly likely that small stuff like this will never get added, and there are so many small things that could be added with new additions to the game. The Terabyte really didn't have to be added if they simply added some updates to the MOC, because let's be honest, it's the exact same vehicle. And touching on game modes a little bit, if you're looking for example at deathmatches, one of the things that's extremely frustrating if you're playing deathmatches are for example helmets or using of RPGs. Like, wouldn't it be great if only the option inside of deathmatches to turn off bulletproof helmets? It's already a thing inside of play created deathmatches, why not bring it to public matches as well? Having more player choice is never a bad thing. But those are just some of the things that came to mind for me. Obviously I'd love to know what you think, so let me know your thoughts and suggestions down below, and make sure to also submit your feedback to Rockstar via the link in the description. But with all that said and with all that done, thank you all so very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.